Shalom. All praises, honor, and glorification unto our mighty, marvelous, and wonderful power. Call Halaim La Allahayanawa Yahweh Bahashim, Yahweh Shai Bahashim Rakakwadash. Double honors unto the elders and apostles of Great Millstone whom rule well. Salutations as well as health and wellness unto the hopeful elect of Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai scattered across the earth. This is your brother Allah coming to you with another lesson. And the title of this lesson will be, You Women Are Supposed to Be in the Background, Discreet, right? And, this lesson will pretty much be going into how women are supposed to be and operate, and into virtues that women ought to contain. Contain meaning hold in possession, right? So, Lord willing, the elect of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai be edified. And, let's get right into it, right? So, I want to start off, and also, Lord willing, this lesson will be a quick hitter, right? Nothing, should be nothing too lengthy, but more so straight into the point. So, I want to start off with getting the definition of the word discreet. Matter of fact, I already have it. Right? And you see, I'll read both, right? So the first one says, careful and circumspect in one's speech or actions, especially in order to avoid causing offense or to gain an advantage. Right? But the point is more so the second definition, right? Which says intentionally unobtrusive, right? Intentionally unobtrusive. Damn, it won't speak it. Usually it speaks it, but that's fine, right? But going into the word unobtrusive, you see it says not conspicuous, right? If I'm saying that correctly, or attracting attention. See that? Right? You see it says reserved, withdrawn. See? Low profile. See that? And look at the opposites. Bold. Right? Something that's bold stands out. Look at it also says quiet, meek, humble, shy, modest, right? Timid, right? And then down here you see it says quiet, low-key, discreet, muted, subtle. See that? Toned down, unshowy. See that? Out of sight. Look at that shit, man. Out of sight. See that? Out of sight. That's a good one. Restrained, unnoticeable, right? And the scriptures tell you that, women are to adorn themselves in modest apparel. That plays part in being unnoticeable and being unshowy, right? You see? So it all, everything ties together, man. That's why, man, the ways of Yahweh Shemi Yahushua is exceedingly beautiful. I almost said beautiful, but I meant beautiful, right? So this is how women are to be, man, discreet. You see? And you get that visual, you get a visual example of that when you look at those women from, other nations, but primarily the, Middle Eastern women, right? Such as, so-called Eastern Indian, right? Elamite women. You have, of course, Ishmaelite women, right? So-called Arab women, right out there in Iran, Iraq, Afghanistan. Yes! So on and so forth. Salakia for that. But yeah, that's where you get that, visual example from. You can see it. Right? So let me get the book of 1 Timothy, the 3rd chapter, verse 11. And it reads, even so must their wives be grave, not slanderers, sober, faithful in all things. And this is going into, the wives of deacons and how they're to operate and be, So let's go into that word grave, right? Salakia. And I remember the elder Apostle Gabar saying this a while back, that if a woman has a social media platform, it's best to not take her serious, right? Because dealing with these women, right, social media is a market. So when you post those pictures of you and shit, you're presenting yourself as available, right? Because why do women post? They post to be seen. They post for attention. But you shouldn't be seeking attention from other fucking men. And that's why these women do what they do, right? But see, if you're a woman and you have a man, no. And really, even if you don't have a man, you should still be in the background. You should still be discreet, man. You should still be discreet. You shouldn't be all out there over the fucking internet, right? So I wanted to get the definition of the word grave. And you see it says, Salaki, I have to find it. But I believe it goes into like serious. But let me see. See, it says serious or solemn in manner or appearance. See? Let's see if it gives anything else. Slowly. Right, but you get the point. Yep. So once again, verse 11, and it reads, even so must their wives be grave, not slanderers, sober, right? Because when you're unsober, you lack self-control. Faithful in all things, right? That's why the scriptures tell women to not be, given to much wine, right? So, continuing on, let me get the book of Titus, the 2nd chapter, starting at verse 3. And it reads, the aged women likewise, that they be in behavior as becometh holiness, not false accusers, not given to much wine, teachers of good things, which today you see the exact opposite, right? These older women are teachers of wicked things, terrible things, right? Immoral things, right? Verse 4, that they may teach the young women to be sober, to love their husbands, to love their children, to be discreet, chaste, keepers at home, good, obedient to their own husbands, that the word of the Most High be not blasphemed, which the word blaspheme means disrespected, right? So when you see these women today operating in a contrary manner, ultimately they're disrespecting, the way of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. They're out of order, right? They're out of course. They're not walking in the paths of their purpose, right? In other words, they're going against the course of the river, So continuing on, let me get 1 Peter, the 3rd chapter, right? Salakia, 1 Peter chapter 3, starting at verse 1. And it reads, likewise, ye wives, be in subjection to your own husbands, that if any obey not the word, they also may without the word be won by the conversation of wives, right? That word conversation is going in the manner of life, conduct, right? While they behold your chaste conversation coupled with fear, whose adorning, right, which the word adorn means to beautify or make beautiful, whose adorning let it not be that outward adorning of plaiting the hair and of wearing a gold or a putting on of apparel, but let it be the hidden man of the heart, and that which is not corruptible, even the ornament of a meek and quiet spirit, which is in the sight of the Most High of great price. And that's also of great price in the sight of those whose minds are in accordance with Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. Right? Verse 5. For after this manner in the old time, the holy women also, who trusted in the Most High, adorned themselves, being in subjection unto their own husbands. Right? Let's look up that word subjection. Right? You see, it says the action of subjecting a country or person to one's control, or the fact of being subjected, which ultimately, women are to be under the control of men. Right? You see? And it shows you that when you go into the book of Genesis, the 3rd chapter, right? Verse 16. And I'll read it. It says, unto the woman he said, I will greatly multiply thy sorrow and thy conception. In sorrow thou shalt bring forth children. Right? That part was a curse put upon women. But this part that we're about to read is a reminder of the order, which in particular Eve is being reminded because she stepped out of order. And so did Adam, because he followed after his wife, which is out of order. The wife is to follow after the husband. And in general, the woman is to follow after the man. Right? So getting into the reminder, and thy desire shall be to thy husband, and he shall rule over thee. Let's go into that word rule. Right? Men are supposed to control and dictate things, man. But today, in this society, that's looked down upon. And it's looked upon as a wicked thing, when really it's not. It's simply order and of the ways of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, which will be 100% reestablished and employed at the establishment of the kingdom of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, which is soon to come. But going into this word rule, right? You see it says to rule. Salakia. You see it says to rule, have dominion, reign, right? To exercise dominion, right? Now, when you go into this word rule, right? Salakia, hold tight. Let me, damn, where's it at? Don't tell me they took it out. Are you kidding me? Wow. Okay, they didn't. Okay, right here, you see it says control, jurisdiction, command, power, sway, dominion, leadership, supremacy, authority, direction, right? See that? Be in control, see? See that? And what do they say now? Oh, he's controlling. Well, yeah, you're damn right, Men are supposed to control and establish boundaries and dictate things, and that's a manly thing. And that's what men are supposed to do. Right? So continuing on, right? Let's get the book of let me go back to 1 Peter, the 3rd chapter, and verse 6. And it reads, even as Sarah obeyed Abraham, calling him Lord, whose daughters ye are, as long as ye do well, and are not afraid with any amazement. Right? So ultimately, men are lords over women. And that's how it's supposed to be. And it's going to go back to that soon to come, man. Right? 1 Timothy 2:9. And it reads, in like manner also, that women adorn themselves in modest apparel, with shamefacedness and sobriety, not with broided hair or gold or pearls or costly array, but which becometh women professing godliness with good works. Let the woman learn in silence with all subjection. But I suffer not a woman to teach, nor to usurp, meaning exercise, authority over the man, but to be in silence. For Adam was first formed, then Eve, and Adam was not deceived, but the woman being deceived was in the transgression. Right? So operating in a contrary manner is confusion, which the Lord is not the author of confusion. Right? See? So today, that's what you see. Confusion is taking place. Right? You know, these women are completely out of order. Completely out of order, man. Right? So, let's see. Let's go into that word modest to lock in. Right, it says, you see it says, of clothing, not revealing or emphasizing the figure. See? So women adorn themselves in modest apparel. See that? And like I said before, or like I mentioned before, you see that visual, you see a visual example of that when you take a look at the Middle Eastern women in particular. But overall, the women of the other nations, some of them, you know. Right? You see it says dressing or behaving so as to avoid impropriety or indecency, especially to avoid attracting sexual attention. Booty shorts and modest apparel. Them tight-ass tights and modest apparel. Crop tops and modest apparel. Right? Tight-ass dresses and modest apparel. So on and so forth, man. Right? See-through shirts to where your damn nipples show through the shirt. A modest apparel. That shit is off, man. It's fucking off. Right? It's fucking off. Right, so continuing on, you know, it mentioned sobriety, shamefacedness. We could look that up. Shamefacedness definition. It says showing modesty, right? Going right back into modesty. Bashful, showing shame. Ashamed, shamefacedly. Right? See that? So, and then sobriety. It says the state of being sober, right? The quality of being staid or solemn. Right? So, continuing on, let's get 1 Corinthians, the 11th chapter, verse 3, and it reads, but I will have you know that the head of every man is the anointed, and the head of the woman is the man, and the head of the anointed is the Most High. See, and that's the order of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. Right? So, yeah, that's pretty much the point of this lesson. Yeah, I wanted to bring that out briefly. So, with that, Lord willing, you were edified. Once again and forever, all praises, honor, and glorification unto our mighty, marvelous, and perfect power. Call Halaim La, Alahayanawa, Yahweh, Ba'Shem Yahushai, Ba'Shem Rakakwadash. Double honors unto the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, whom rule well once again. Salutations as well as health and wellness unto the hopeful elect of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai scattered across the earth. See you in the next lesson, Lord willing. Wa Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai Babaksha Ababa. Wa Shalom DTA soon as stay sharp. And you sense your Akim Wa Akwath keep pushing. Shalom Wa Barakatam. Lawalam Yam DTA.